I want to go over something today that a lot of people don't really see, and it really makes the Bible one book even more firmly in our minds. The Old Testament and the New Testament are the same thing, explaining the same things over again, just in a little bit different way. But I want you to know that Jesus was the God leading in the Old Testament. A lot of people think that it was God the Father, and a lot of people say it was this cruel, evil God. But I want to tell you that if you look closely, it's a loving God in the Old Testament, and it's Jesus that was actually the one leading them. It was Jesus in the cloud, it was Jesus in the pillar of fire, it was Jesus at the burning bush. When we think about Jesus, he was divinity because he was God mingled with humanity. And if we look at it, you have the Old Testament, which was divinity, and you have the New Testament, which you've seen Jesus as humanity. And we can go right to the very first verse to start understanding how this all started working. In Genesis 1:1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." It doesn't say gods, it just says one God. And I believe that was Jesus. If we go to John 1, verses 1 to 3, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God, and all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made." So here in John it says everything was made by Jesus. And if you just read further through John, you know that it's talking about Jesus. Jesus is the Word, and he was with God. So we see that there's two gods right away. And when we go back to Genesis 1, it says, "In the beginning, God created." It's just one. But if we go to Genesis 1:26, all of a sudden we see two gods there as well. And it says, "And God said, let us make man in our image." So here we see that God said, Jesus said, "Let us make man in our image." And God the Father and Jesus the Son formed man of the dust of the ground. You know, in Psalm 124, verse 8, it says, "Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth." So here we see, even in the Psalms, where they're saying, Lord, the Lord, which is the God of the Old Testament, is the one that made the heaven and the earth, as we see that it was Jesus in the beginning in John. So I want to take us to another couple interesting verses that will also help us to see. There's many other things that you can find online that'll show that Jesus was God in the Old Testament. It is a doctrine of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It's nothing new. But these are maybe new because this isn't usually something that you see in our church. Not that I've seen anyway. But I want to take us also to 1 Corinthians 10, verse 9. And when we read it, it says, "Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents." So here it says, don't tempt Christ, as some people also tempted, right? They had tempted Christ in the Old Testament. And they were destroyed by serpents. And when we turn to Numbers 21, it tells you of when this history happened. It says, "And the people spake against God and against Moses." Right? So here they spoke against God. This is God, right? So this is tempting God. "Wherefore have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people," this is the serpents, "and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us." Here we have Numbers 21 connected with 1 Corinthians 9, where Jesus was the one tempted and he sent the fiery serpents. I want us to take these things and just think about it in a way. Jesus always says we're supposed to pray to God the Father, right? God the Father is in the Old Testament, but he plays a minor role. Just like in the New Testament, he plays a minor role to be seen. But Jesus always did the work of his Father. And in the Old Testament, he did the same. He always did the work of his Father. And we need to have a relationship with God the Father and God the Son. And when we start understanding how this all works together, it's beautiful. And the Word will become that much more clear and understandable and joyous to us. My prayer that everybody will search out to see what is true.